Hello everyone and welcome back to 12 Universe. This time I'm gonna show you some really useful tips and tricks how to do certain things like terraforming or like building and stuff like that. And so without further ado, let's get started. And here is how to make these big landing pads or whatever you need to cover, like roof or floor or whatever it is, just a big area like this. There is a really easy way for that and I'm gonna show you exactly how. So the first thing to do is just take your tool out, the material, drag a line like I guess this long is enough, make sure it's not double, and then drag it the other way until it's red, and then find the tip of it as big as possible, then place it down, take out the select voxel tool, select it across like that. I need to be very precise with it. There we go. That block, that's not necessary because I have one line going like here all the way up there. Actually not all the way, but anyway. Then you just copy this one, and what you do is you place it like this on the edge, then you press arrow key just once, and then you look at the coordinates. It's the Y coordinates, which is 107. Then you place yourself somewhere here. I haven't placed it yet, that's very important. And you aim exactly on the edge. You remember that 107, then you press enter, and then you just do the same with this and put it like that. It went to the right side. Again, don't place it, move to the right a little bit, then again press enter. 107. Make sure you're on the edge before you press enter, then hit enter, and there we go. And again we go on the edge, enter. Now we are almost, whoops, see, I didn't press the arrow key. We are already on 107, so just press enter, do that, go back here again, do that, and that's how easy it is. But the method is always the same. It's best to choose, little bit wider piece, so you have to fly a little bit less backwards. Just, a couple of clicks and that's it. But that's the idea with it, and then you just do the entire thing with it, because the select area, it has its own limits. It doesn't allow you to choose too big of an area, and if you try to line it up with mouse and stuff, then you always have to look at the edges where it lines up and stuff. So the fastest method is how I showed you, so hope you find it helpful. And here's a little tip how to line up the elements very easily when you're just making like this kind of, whatever, without voxels, and if you want to line up the engines, all you need to do is just look at the coordinates. I already know I have to move this to the other side in the exact place. You just look at the coordinates, which is 50, 107, 00. The minus doesn't matter because you're going to put it on the other side, so it's just going to be opposite. So just grab that. You don't even have to look where you put it. Just line it up on top of a voxel, because on the elements it sometimes turns and that's bad. So don't put it in there. Point it at the voxel and then match the coordinates. The bottom one was 0, that one was 50. Just move it like this, 50. And that one was 107. Oops, I can't see it. You don't even need to see where the elements are, and then just, there you go. Either left click or press enter, and there you go. I just moved all of these to the other side and they are perfectly lined up. That's how you do it. That's how easy it is. You don't have to use this one, which is the smart target, U by default. You don't even need to use that. Just look at the coordinates with move element tool, just point at it and you will see the coordinates. See, this one is opposite from that one, minus 13, 13, and these ones are the same, and that's all you need to look. So you don't even have to visually see where you're putting the element. The only most important thing is make sure that the rotation is the way you actually want to have it, and don't point at the elements like I showed you, because if you point at some kind of curve or something, then it's going to be a little bit twisted, and then it's going to be under different angle, although the coordinates might be the same. So that's why you don't want to point at any of the elements. You need some piece of voxel, point straight at it, and that's how easy it is. And here's another tip how to line up the elements in here, like stack them like this with ease. First one, you need to line up manually the way you want it, where you want it. I want it somewhere in here. Let's just make sure it's on the same level as the other one. I didn't measure it. You should always look at the coordinates, but that's good enough, I think. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's gonna go past from there. And instead of pressing the left click, press enter, and then the next one is gonna remain in the exact same place. You can move around, you can look around, and then with arrow keys you simply go down, press enter again, and this is how you do it. So no need to line up anything else, you just go like that. And there you go, there is your stack of wings. So it's that simple. Instead of left click, just press enter and keep doing it. And here is a little terraforming trick on how to dig out big areas. It's a little bit dark in here, but I've been digging out this area down here, and then this all goes away. And first I was using the digging tool, this one, mining tool, but the flattening tool is actually a lot better. It makes it a lot easier, a lot smoother, and also a lot faster. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. First you're gonna start from the top. See, and it also leaves a nice, edge. I did mess up a little bit, but I'm gonna smooth over it later with a smooth tool. Which is also a really good tip, that you should do this in the areas that are near to your base. Because the unsmoothed areas, they might cause some frame lag. I did see these black areas, like there. Wait, I'm gonna stop flattening for a second. See, like that one right there. See that black, triangle in there? And if I do that, see, it disappears. Those areas sometimes can cause frame lags. See, again, another one. That's why it's better to smooth over it. But I'm gonna show you how to dig with this thing. Some talents are required. It is a lot better to have some talents. So first of all, make it as big as possible, that cylinder thing. Okay, you can't see anything like this. So that's the maximum size. And then you're gonna just point that somewhere and try to find that sweet spot where it takes the, the top part of it, just barely. And here you can see one of the cylinder sizes, how big it is. I think that's actually a little bit smaller, but anyway. So the best way to do this, it aims somewhere like this, so the top part barely touches the top in there, and that should be roughly about halfway. So if you go down a little bit below that black triangle, somewhere where the edge is, the bottom edge, then that should be, there you go, see, that's how you get it. And if you go a little bit lower, I don't think it's gonna take, let's try. Okay, it actually does take, no, I didn't go lower, let's go a little bit lower. Yeah, see, it doesn't take anymore, see? So you need to find that sweet spot, which is that, and also middle mouse button by default is what's gonna automatically dig, see? Like so. And this is why you want that, see, it takes the entire top part and everything. That's what you want. And then we want one of them out from here, and that's easy, you just point here, hold it down, and do that. And the reason why I wanted this is to go back from here. And we go back to that side, because I want nice edges, I want to have it nicely dug out. See, it takes exactly from there. And there are a lot of benefits for this this kind of trick, why this is a lot better than using the digging tool. Okay, so let me explain first. The first thing obviously is that it's a lot easier and it's a lot better to keep track of. See, I was doing first the digging from below, see, like so, and then I tried to use the dig tool. See, what I did in here is I pointed upwards like this, and then I just went from side to side like that. But this often causes these kind of edges, and if you cut off exactly in a way that it cuts off like from here, then it often causes the internal server error. It like leaves the piece that cannot be cut off or something. It leaves some odd piece, and that's gonna cause a lot of issues. Then you have a floating piece, then you need to put with the alt, you need to click and put the new piece in there, and then you need to cut it out, around it to get to get around the internal server error. But with the flattening tool I have been doing whole lot of it, and I haven't gotten it even once. So you start from the top. The top part goes the slowest, and it might seem like it's not the fastest way, but trust me, it is the best way of doing it. You find the highest spot, seemingly highest spot, which in this case will be here, roughly here. It can be a little bit less because the cylinder is gonna take it anyway. And that's what I did there. This entire area I have already cut out. I have spent about 3 hours on this actually. That area was about the same level as this in here. So you first make a flat on the top. And once you have that surface, like so, like what's on top in here, then you do what I showed you, and then you just keep going. And I prefer going around the edges like so. Just do the edges first. And see, if you leave that, you just point at it and just cut it out. So the edges are gonna go the slowest, because you need to cut the edges perfectly out to prevent all these, you know, floating bits. But yeah, with the flattening tool, I have been doing this for, like I said, about 3 hours. I was doing it every day a little bit, you know. And I haven't gotten the internal server error even once. There is sometimes pending action, which is just, you know, lag, server lag. But the internal server error is when the terrain, you know, leaves some weird piece behind, and on some reason it doesn't cut out. But with this method you don't get them. You just go around the edges all the way. So I'm gonna go around the edge first. I'm gonna skip this out, and then I'm gonna show you the next trick. Oh, awesome, really? And also the reason why you have to go around the edges first is because you don't want to leave any higher bits for the next round. Because the next time you're gonna go around, and if you haven't done the edges, then you might have like a bit that is a little bit higher, and you're not gonna get it with this one, and then you're gonna have that floating bit in here. So the edges, just take it slow, you know, give it, you know, generous, you know, distance from the edge, make sure it cuts off everything, you know, properly. Like so, and then just go around the entire area you're cutting out like this. Right, so I have done the circle, I have cut off the edges, and now the best way is to just go around it like this and just aim at these corners like so. You could go like sideways. I'm gonna show you in a second if I get into a good area in here. Basically you could go like this. But I prefer the other way, because this way you sometimes leave those pillars, like I call them. Even though it's not a big problem, you can just cut them out easily. I'm gonna try to leave one on purpose. Let's try. See, if you aim too far like this, whoops, see, no, that wasn't a good example. Like this, see? You sometimes leave like this, but this is so easy. You just aim anywhere nearby and it's gonna cut it off. That's why this method is so much better than the mining tool. And that's how I just go around the edges like so. You just randomly, not randomly, but I do have a system like so. Like I said, if you want, you can just go sideways. But I would definitely not recommend going straight like this, you know. Because if you go like that, you're gonna start leaving those edges, you know. Like if I do this, let's say you go like that, right? And then you're gonna take a next line, then you have to be see, very precise, otherwise you're gonna leave these pillars and then you're gonna just waste the cylinder size on it. So it's just better to aim like this, you know. Here is another terraforming tip for you. And namely how to make these kind of ramps, you know, like these smooth out ramps, you know. I know I haven't smoothed over it properly. It has a little bit of, you know, kinks in it, because it takes a while to, you know, go over with the smooth tool, but as you can see, it's very perfect, you know. I mean, from the distance it doesn't load in properly, so you need to get closer, then it loads a little bit better, but it is pretty much, you know, perfect ramp, and I'm gonna show you how to make one of these. Might actually do one in here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So first you obviously need some material that you're gonna use. I think this sand is not enough, so I'm gonna use this one. It's still a little bit weird color. I should redo this, but whatever. So the first thing you want to do is just take the big one in here, and let's put a couple of these down in here, maybe here. It's a little bit too high, but okay, whatever, it's gonna work. And now I'm gonna have to cut all this out, so we're gonna use the flatten tool in here. As this is a different color, I don't want this in here. So let's just cut all that out. Right to the... there we go, that's perfect. Come on, go. You don't really want to use the mouse in this kind of case, just use the arrow keys to slightly move like so. This way you get a clean cut. Okay, that's good enough, I'd say. Let's go back with this. Let's put another one here. You also have to make sure you fill those corners like that. You don't want to leave any gaps, otherwise it's gonna start messing up. Might actually need more in there, that might be a problem, but okay. Okay, I'm not gonna put more in there, that's fine. So we do all that. Okay, that was maybe a little bit too much. Actually, it's fine, it's not too much. Okay, it's gonna go down from here. Actually, I can put one more in here. And then fill all this area. If it's a little bit too much, that's fine. You can always cut it off. So, okay, that's fine. Might actually put a little bit more here. Okay, that should be fine. So, first what we do is use the flatten tool. And we need to go lower from here, not higher. So we're gonna take a step down. Okay, it's gonna need 2 steps. So I'd say one here and the other one here somewhere. Okay, and you need to go smaller with it, as small as you can. Okay, let's take 1 step from here, like so. No, that was too high. Need to go lower. Still lower. Okay, that's fine. And then we jump up here. The first one is always most difficult. Bloody hell, I want to get that. Why isn't this coming off? What is that? What is that? What? Okay, now it went away. Okay. Mate. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I need to see where I'm going. And then just move like this straight to the... Unfortunately, I have to jump to see where I'm going. You can also use the compass thing on the top, which is 322, if you can't see properly and you need to go, you know, over longer distances. Okay, I kind of messed up already. I shouldn't have gone that long, so I'm gonna have to put a little bit back in here. That was a mistake. Okay, so we're gonna use the flatten right from here. Right here. And we want to get closer to that edge. That's far enough. Should probably cut this out, but that's later. I'm not gonna show you this part. I'll just show you how to do the ramp thing. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, and now we need to make another step for it, which is gonna be somewhere in the middle. So I'd say somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here. Okay, maybe it's a little bit... No, that's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It was 322, so let's just go like that. You have to be very careful not to turn in wrong direction or anything. Just go straight, you know. Yeah, that's perfect. Based on the coordinates, or not the coordinates, I went too far again, didn't I? Oh, mate, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I have to fix this part now. Mate, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I put the wrong sand in there, so it's gonna be a little bit... okay, one there. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna have to use the flattening from here now. So I mixed that up. Don't want to leave any of these sharp edges, that's very important. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I used the wrong tool again. And now I used... Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So we can also put a little bit of sand there. Make it a little bit better. Okay, so basically this is what you want to have for a ramp like this. See, steps. You make steps. And then I also need to cut this off from here. Make it a little bit smaller. So let's keep it as close to that edge as possible. And just go slow, you know. Take it slow. Make sure it takes everything. Don't leave any edges anywhere. Oh, wait, I turned too much. And this we want to go further because I don't want to have any of this in here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and that's pretty much fine. Yeah, that's fine. And now all you do is take out the smooth tool, make it as large as possible and start smoothing. Best way is to go onto the first step and do it from there. I might need piece in here. Maybe not. The smooth tool works very slow, so you have to be patient with it, you know. And if you see like places like this, see, you make it small and you just put a piece right in there and don't touch it with anything else other than the smooth tool. And it's gonna just smooth it into the ground. I think I need one more. I need one more in here. Maybe a third one. Yeah, I'll put third one in here. You don't really need them if you don't do a corner piece, if you just make a ramp like on the other side. And here is something wrong. See this piece? That doesn't smooth over. What is this? Yeah, you see this piece in here, there's something wrong. So let's just cut this out. Yeah, see, and now it makes these sharp edges, and this is not good at all. And then you refill it. Sometimes it just glitches out, and those parts can also cause lag, like frame lag if you're looking at them. See, and now it's fine. Okay, let's move on with this in here. And this takes awfully long, like I said. But you want to aim it like past, I mean not past, but over as much as possible at the same time. If it starts doing that, then it's not smoothing. Then you need to step a little bit. See, if it does that, then it's not working. And you don't want to stay on one place for too long. You want to go like over the whole area, you know. Okay, I need a couple of pieces in here, I think. Let's put one in here and then other one right there. Maybe a third one. Yeah, let's put the third one right here. There we go. And then all you do is just go back and forth until it completely smooths out. See, with every time it goes just a little bit, you know. It's very slow. I would recommend not wasting your talent points on the tool, what is it? The time it takes you to dig, you know, to make it faster, because the servers are so bad that it's not gonna help anyway. It's not stuck on your talents, it's stuck on the server speed in here. And also if you're close to a building like there, and you don't want the smooth tool to bring the ground up from here through the building, then you need to aim in a way that, see, the circle is just on the edge and not above, like so. Okay, now it's just going crazy again. Because if you point it over the building, then it's gonna start smoothing it from under the building, you know, then it's gonna cover the building in it. So that's also very important if you don't want it to stick through. Personally, I don't care in here, I can go a little bit over, you know. See, it goes a little bit already. See, on the right side, there we go, that's enough. But you know, it looks realistic if the little bit of dirt, you know, is blown onto the landing pad. That's, you know, design. I do this on purpose, just a little bit, see. It's just awfully long process, because the smooth tool just takes so long. And see, there is another this bit in here. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It's just rather annoying. Okay, and let's put one here. Yeah, you don't have to worry about these. You can just slap them anywhere and then use the smooth tool, and that's gonna just, you know, stomp them into the ground like that. Okay, anyway, you see the process. I'm not gonna waste any more time on showing you the, you know, the fine detail, but as you can see, it's pretty nicely done, and that's how you do the ramps like that. You use the flatten tool, make the steps, go step by step, and then you use the smooth tool and smooth it all over, and then you have a nice little ramp. And here is a really good tip on how to save on materials, especially rare materials such as luminescence, for example. I mean, it's not that expensive, but it's something you want to, you know, save on, and it's a really, you know, easy trick. You might think this is 4 squares in here. I mean, you can't really see because it's so bright, but this is actually just 1. Let me show you. I'll copy it, see, and that's just 1 square. And the way you do this is, I'll just show you how I did it. And the same way in here, this is actually not, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, let's just track this. It's not actually 14 squares, it's 7 by 7. It's actually a lot less. I don't even remember how many, but I think it's 1 in here, like so. Then it's 2, I think it's only 3 squares. Yeah, it's only 3 of these blocks or squares or whatever you want to call it. So I'm doing the same thing in here. I'll just show you. I'll make 1 in here. You put 1 like that, and then you just use the vertex precision tool and do that. Then we go here. Then we also need to go behind there. Whoops, that went in the wrong place. And we drag it. Whoops, no, sorry, that's the wrong way. It's a little bit weird because the hanger is not facing the normal way, but that's okay. Actually, I did this one wrong already. See, I did that one wrong. I did this completely wrong. But I already saved half by just doing that. Actually, what you need to do is delete up to this point. Then we copy that one. Then we delete this whole thing. I made a mistake in here because we can also let's start from these ones. We can also go downwards. Let's go downwards by 84. You can't go any more than that. 84 is enough. Actually, could go more and then also from above, but that's okay. And this one, and this way you can save even more. And then we go up and do the same thing above in here. That should save you a lot more luminescent than this one. I mean, any material really. And we go up with this. 84 is the length of one block. I could go 1.5 and then put the other one up there, but that's okay. And I think it's this one you need to select. You still select only one, see? There you go. But now we need to line it up proper. Let's see, we go down here. Okay, I think we can copy the entire section now. Again, you need to... It's difficult to show because it's so bright in here, but there you go. Make sure it doesn't leave any gaps, and it's very important to hold shift and then paste over, because otherwise it's not going over it. Okay, there's gonna be a cap in there. It just needs one more, so we're gonna take one from here. It's this one, I believe. There we go. And copy. Let's see how much it saves now if we're gonna select this entire section in here. Let's delete that one. There you go. It's only 0.2, so that's 6 times less material than this one in here. That was 1.22. I need to delete this anyway because this is a faint glass, and also it doesn't go to the other side, see? It doesn't go this way, but if you look here, see, that goes that way too. Wait, there is something wrong in here. I forgot to do something. Yeah, that's okay. I messed it up, but you see what I mean. So it saves you 6 times the materials than a normal would save you. I mean, not save at all. See, that's 1.22, and this one was only 0.2, even though it looks exactly the same. And here is a little tip about the axis rotation. A lot of people don't seem to understand it, but it's actually quite simple. So it goes for elements and copy pasting, so let me show you. If you copy, let's say, this section from here, this is supposed to be an 18 van, by the way, that I'm working on. So you copy this, and let's say you want to mirror it to the other side. Then there are 3 axes. One of them is like this, which is X. I mean, X, Y, Z, it's not always the same. It depends which way your construct is facing, but anyway. So one of them is like this, then the other one is this way, which is Y, and then the Z is up and down, right? So if you want to mirror it from left to right, like this, then you have to point from above on top of the build, like so, and then you press R once, and there you go, it mirrors it exactly like this. However, if you point at the front, let me just undo this. There we go. Now it's in the original position. So if you point in this axis from the front and then press R, then it flips it upside down like so. And then the third one, if you do it from this axis like so, then it's gonna flip it back and forth. So this is how it works. It's the same way with the elements. You can do the same thing. Well, this one doesn't rotate. It's only on the ones that do rotate, like an engine, for example. See? You can put it like this, and if you want it on another axis, or well, this way, you can rotate it like this. See, it rotates on this axis. However, if you point it at that from top, then you can rotate it like this, or place it like so. If you press R once, then it changes the angle, which way it goes, and if you hold the R and then scroll the mouse wheel, then it goes like that. And then obviously the third one is like so. Same thing. So you can put the element in every direction, and sometimes it's confusing, so I thought I'll show it. Really simple, so I hope this helps.